on.
Actually, I said that we were going to talk about the Constitution.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I think it could have
been so busy.
Sorry. Hopefully that was all set up. Okay. So, welcome to JaneyLaney, Navah, and Cammy with her stupid font.
Which you made.
just kidding.
Gosh, extra much?
Yeah. Okay, so they were all talking about stuff. I was pretending to listen because I was, getting my nails done.
Before we get into like the Constitution, which I feel like is a very heavy topic, why don't we talk about why you all abandoned me last week and forced me to talk to the wonderful Logan Radio Rocks and Revelations for more than an hour. Thank you guys for coming on, by the way. You guys were at Awe out there having fun, hanging out. Why don't you tell us what happened there? Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
well,
so
hello,
this is
everybody.
titled.
Well, you know what? It doesn't have to be. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't. Maybe.
What can you? What is Awe? I don't know.
Awe is Augmented World Expo. Okay. And it was last week. Was it last week?
I know. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Well, you know what? Since you're a professional now, Cammy, why don't you tell us why we abandoned you? What? Continue on with the job.
I don't know. You guys said you were going out for cigarettes, and you just never came back.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. So we were at the Augmented World Expo. I was excited to go because I haven't seen all of y'all for 2 years because of this pandemic. So I was really excited to go, but Navah and I were on a panel together, so which was really cool. So we were doing stuff for real, and we'll show you some pictures as proof. But thank you very much. First sign of trouble, you bring on 2 guys. Wow.
I ditched the whole female thing.
Yeah. It's okay.
Turns out men talk a lot more.
Yes, some of them, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so Navah, do you want to talk about what we talked about?
Do I want to talk about what we talked about? That's so meta. Okay, so we were talking about the different ways that people build community within VR. So I have been privileged with knowing a few people's, being in Horizon and just also alt space and just around, be able to meet different people who are doing different things. So it was really exciting when I was able to grab a couple different people from different areas that were connecting other people, building community, and doing things that didn't just involve themselves. So I reached out to Ruth Diaz. Oh, we should send this to her. We should have them on. Ruth Diaz Hermes. He works for Agora.io. So he was from the developer side and worked in building communities in from a brand's perspective. Ruth was, heading up Horizon Creator Community, where she centered diverse voices, and she would have these great meetups. And each month there'd be a different theme or a different word. And I went to one of her classes, and we were talking about fire. And I felt like I was in a therapy session. It was so nice. It was like, okay, this is what I think about fire. And then, and then there was Deirdre Lyons, who she does live VR theater and really builds community around, the theater and also the people, the audience that comes in and experiences. She has one called Respite.
Yeah, I can show a video of it. It's really cool. So basically Navah just gathered a bunch of cool people, and then
and Vivian.
Yeah.
So Vivian connects a lot of people. I did the season for the Hive with her. She reached out to me and connected me with a bunch of people in the gaming industry. And really, every time I see her, she's connecting someone with someone else. That's just what she does. It's all day, every day.
Yeah.
She builds communities on Twitter before Twitter even had communities. She has this long group message that I have to mute once in a while.
Hey!
I'm just kidding.
Me too.
You asked to be put in there. Now they know. Now they know. This is an exclusive.
Just talk too much.
This is an exclusive chat. Okay.
It is with very important people. Which shout out to Gamertag VR, right? They're doing the talks, and Soulfox. They're going to be doing. Are they Oculus brand ambassadors?
I believe so. Yes.
Wow.
So back to the talk of the panel of everyone that Navah gathered. So they all do these really cool different aspects of things in VR, and Deirdre invited us to experience hers in VR chat, which is the Severance Theory Welcome to Respite. I had no idea what was happening when we went. Like it was just like show up at VR chat, and I was like, oh, okay, and I did, and it's really cool. I haven't I've seen people like attempt to do stuff like this, but this was really well done. So let me see if I can get the trailer on here.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so this is at the Tribeca Festival too, so I hopefully y'all can hear that too.
I missed you so much, honey. Let's never do that again.
I knew that one day you would grow big and strong and smart.
Okay, that part scared me, guys. Right here. Okay, that part scared me, guys.
Be scared.
I never wanted to keep this from you. I wanted to protect you.
Okay, that scared me. It was really cool. Oh, wait, but I want to hear just from the trailer what you guys think it's about. Having not knowing much about it.
Well, we didn't get any audio here, so it was a silent trailer.
What?
To me, it looks like it was a story of a broken home and a kid trying to find their way. Monsters under the bed or something was obviously happening psychologically. I think it's just I honestly I don't know. It looks
Okay.
interesting though. I want to hear more about it.
So, the first thing is that it's in VR chat and it is optimized for Quest users. So, Janey, you can go in as well on your Quest. First, side note, I want to say that I love VR chat, but all of the stuff that I favorited in VR chat is not optimized for Quest. So, I was wearing my really adorable avatar that is modeled after the one that was modeled after me. That's so meta. Okay, so everyone who was on PC saw that, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute." Everyone on Quest saw me as like this samurai guy. Yeah, I was like, they were like, "Are they making fun of her? She does not look cute."
Oh my god.
So I hate that, but it's cool because they've optimized it so everyone can go and enjoy it. So it's live theater, so you have to go at the time to watch the performance. You can go in and tour it, but it is an actual experience. So for us in the audience, I think one person gets chosen to be the main character, Alex, and the rest of us are invisible, which means we're just muted and experiencing it, or we're there to like help Alex. And I don't know what, or it's not he or she, it's they. They made it so that, you know, whoever is in that experience. But it's about childhood trauma. And so Alex is dealing with trauma, and it's never spoken. Like, it's never said, like, this is what happened. It's just simulating what happens when you go through trauma, and sometimes you forget events, and that's kind of what was happening in this. So Alex goes home, and then the live actors, the parents, they come in and they talk to you like, how are you doing? I know you're really worried before, and you as a kid, you're just kind of like trying to figure things out, but there's like really haunting things. I don't want to like give it all away, but there's just like moments. I was so glad I was not Alex, because I would have freaked out. Seriously, I had to take off my headset to watch it on the desktop. I'm sorry, I'm not ashamed. I just get scared of things that are scary. Like, if it's meant to be scary, that's a good thing that I get scared. You're supposed to. But I don't.
How do you do it in Onward? Because that's scary. I mean, people are like shooting at you.
Okay, never at me, first of all, because I come in dead. So, no, I don't know. It's different. It's like, it's more like, people say that to me all the time. Like, I'm sorry, but like, being chased by Freddy Krueger is very different than, being chased by 5 guys on the other team. It's just like, I'm just kidding. JaneyLaney's like, what is Onward?
Okay.
No,
right.
I'm kidding. It's just different because you're playing, you're interacting in the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it could be scary, but it's not like, it's more about excitement and adrenaline, whereas this is actually trying to simulate an experience. So it was just really, really cool, and they did a really good job. And then afterwards, you can go and tour these different rooms. Like, there's a room where you can float, and there's like fruit all around, or like firework explosion. It's very, very cool. So I highly recommend that you go and do that. I did not know what was happening. They were just like, oh, meet at this time. I was like, okay. And I was like waiting for the show to start, and then when it happened, I was like, cool. It was really cool.
So this is like a VR theatrical interactive experience?
Yeah. Yes. Wait, have you been to interactive theater before?
Like Tony and Tina's wedding or something?
I don't know if that's like true interactive theater.
It is interactive.
I'm moving the mic over because I have opinions. I did not like that.
Space one time, and it made me sick. This is when I first tried VR. Oof. And I literally almost threw up. I wasn't sure what other type of experiences to have, because that space thing, we went to Pluto and I was dying. So I haven't done another one yet, but it sounds like fun though. I want to do it. one.
Yeah. Well, the fun part of it was that it wasn't just for entertainment, but it was entertaining, because it was a bit of a mystery, because you're trying to like, part of you is like trying to figure it out, but there's really nothing to figure out, because it's simulating like when you forget because of
There's
trauma.
been a lot of that kind of stuff going on in VR, like in alt space and in whatever. I was at weirdly enough, which is going to relate back to our conversation that we were going to have later in the show. I was at an NFT crypto meeting in Altspace for I can't remember why. But one of the guys there was an actor, and they were putting on Aladdin with all real actors, like SAG. I want to say SAG guild actors. Like every Thursday or every week, they were putting on this live production of Aladdin in VR, which I just thought was really cool. Having actual actors present this to you, and like there's so many cool things that you can do with sets and stuff like that. So I think that live theater in VR is a really awesome thing. I wish it was promoted a little bit better, because I think it's hard to find. I know the Underpresents is another thing that happens.
She was a part of that too. Yeah, she was a part of that.
Yeah. I don't like the Underpresents only because to me the cost of it is a little bit high for what they're
How much is it?
for. I feel like it was like $30 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, so you guys are gonna go try that, right? I'll go try it with you.
yeah.
That'd be a fun event.
But I'm not gonna like it because you can't see my avatar. It's ridiculous. You should. I'm sorry, but it's just so cute. And there's two different kinds. Like one where the skirt is extra flowy.
Well, I think that you can now, like as of a couple months ago, you can pull in your readyplayer.me avatar.
Oh, I haven't.
What is
made
this?
one, I don't think.
If you do readyplayer.me, you can create your own avatar. It's super simple. You can do it on your phone. You literally do readyplayer.me, you sign up, and you can connect your VR chat account. There's like this whole like setup thing, and you can have that's the part of VR chat I don't like. I don't like to look like an anime. It makes me feel weird. And I feel like I'm this hunched over thing, and then I can like see myself walk. I see that line, and then all of a sudden I'm there, but
That's cool. I'm gonna try that. Thanks, Navah.
I'm signing up right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dear Wolf 3D, just
Oh
so you
yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, today was the Justin Bieber concert. I missed it.
I'm sorry. Oh, at Wave. It was on Wave,
Okay.
right? Okay.
Oh
Talk about
no.
that.
We can talk about that, all right?
Do you know that Justin Bieber's coming out with his own Timbit line? You guys don't know what Timbits are. Timbits are
So
donut
what?
holes. Timbits are donut holes served at Tim Hortons in Canada. It's very important
What
for our
are
cultural
donut
identity.
Okay.
Like the whole of a donut. It's like the whole part, but like
Yeah, we call them.
For whatever reason, we call those donut holes, even though they're not the hole. Like they're the inside. I don't know. They should be the donuts, and then the donut hole should be the one with the actual hole in it. But yeah.
Okay.
so-
I
we
see.
call them
Oh,
we
that's
call
really-
them Timbits,
so funny.
and Justin Bieber is crafting his own line of Timbits.
Okay,
Just like Charlie did.
I was lying. I do know what donut holes are. Just FYI to everyone in the world, I do not like them.
Who?
Do not
But
bring
do you
them.
Wow.
Do you like donuts?
Yes.
Okay, well that's just
Why don't
that's just
you
fucking
like
weird.
They're
Because
still a donut.
they're like
just the
small
inside.
and not like you don't get to like pull them apart.
This
and get
really is
chewy
like a
and
Seinfeld-esque show. This is like the
muffin top
thing. Yeah,
Right.
the one. Yeah.
everything
Okay.
just comes back to Seinfeld.
Here's where I just
Or
say
curve.
weird things about whatever. Here. Okay. Anyway. Okay. See you. What? Look what happened. You started talking about Justin Bieber. Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
10 questions ago, which was at the beginning.
What the fuck did you guys do at all?
Okay, we.
I'm still tired from it.
Yeah, it was exhausting, and I wore heels the second day. Worth it. It was so cute, but
You're nuts.
well, it's been a while. But I saw Coletto there, which was really cool. So I did not know that she was a part of the AR house. So we saw the AR house as well. Let me just show you some of the pictures. So it went for like 3 days, I believe, but I was there for 2. And it was cool. There was just a lot of really cool people, and I feel like kind of sad because it didn't look like a ton of people were there, but there were still a bunch of people that I didn't get to see, or hang
There were
out
so
with.
many people there.
I said it seemed.
Well, no, because every morning the place was packed.
Right. Let me get. I want to show some of the things. Okay, so all right. What's this girl doing? It's weird. Okay, this is called, what is it called? Like OVR or something. But everyone just keeps calling it smell-o-vision. And it's exactly as you think. It's so that you can smell what is happening inside of VR. And it was always kind of like a joke before, I think, when people were talking about it. And I think there was another group that did it, but it was like overpowering, I think. But in this case, it was so cool. It was probably the coolest thing I did, only because it was the most unique thing. Like, it was unique from everything else, which was like checking out the headsets or the visuals, and this was, about scent. But it was amazing. So you go up, and when you put it on, there's like a bunch of roses you pick up, and it's proximity. So the more roses you bring up or closer to you, the more it smells like roses. And then you turn it over and there's dirt, it smells like dirt. There's a campfire, smell like campfire. Yeah. It's amazing.
That'll be good for brands that do perfumes and lotions and scents.
Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing, is I'm allergic to everything. It was not terribly overpowering, so that was good.
Yeah, because when I did it at South by, it was really overpowering, and there was so many little details to it. I'm like, there's no way anyone's gonna ever do this. And that looks really compact.
Yeah, but people did.
Did it increase like the immersion value of VR for you?
Great question.
I guess so. It was just like,
I look at something like that and I'm like, someone has created a solution to a problem that no one ever had, because no one has been in VR and been like, I wish I could smell things.
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah. Wait, okay, first of all, it is crazy expensive. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but it's a subscription model, which makes sense. But the cost of it was like insane, or is insane. It's obvious that it's not for us at home who want to smell roses. Like, get your ass outside and smell roses. But this is used. I asked them about their their application for it, and it's used a lot for things like the military or like firefighters, medical workers, so that they can they simulate like the smell of like gas or fires and all of that. And I'm sure it's also used to treat PTSD in some way, because it just adds more immersion to it. But it was really, really cool. I mean, I know that there's other products, like I said, other products that do this, but I believe that it was may have been a little bit overpowering, whereas this one was not. So really cool.
Well, you know what else is good for that? It's also good for focus groups, and there's a lot of business use cases for that.
Yeah, as you said. So this is the AR house, which is like, I don't know, I feel like if this was a VR was in the metaverse of high school or something, this was like the theater kids, or like the really cool kids, the really cool theater kids. They're it's, there's Lucas and there's Aiden in there, who are just phenomenal talents in VR. Lucas with his
Doodle,
Where Thoughts Go. I mean, it's like they're like beyond. They're very I mean, the coolest thing, I'm like,
Doodle tool.
What Lucas created the VR time machine, like a time machine, because he wore a camera on his head for a year.
Snap spectacles.
Yes. And so this house is in LA, and it's a way for creators to spend time there to create, and it's sponsored by Snapchat, like, because Snapchat was there. And the unicorn is just making.
Is it sponsored by Snap? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So this is really cool, and because we always have like a photo at Oculus Connect, but I didn't plan anything. I didn't bring gifts. It was I feel terrible, like I'm supposed to have gifts and stuff, and I didn't.
You had a gift for me.
I did? That was not a gift. That was owed to you a year ago. So, thank you. you got me the Flash thing. That was cool. And then this right here is the XR Safety Initiative folks that were all over AWE. It was amazing, and that's where JaneyLaney and I met. We work on Cyber XR Coalition, but these folks here, I mean, I am in the middle of this table listening to people who are like beyond my comprehension. I'm like, wow, that's insane. Like the stuff that they work on is amazing, and because it's so high level, I'm sometimes like, we gotta like kind of bring it to a level so that people can understand the impact of what we're doing. Basically, I mean, among all the things that is done by these individuals, each of them also work in like cybersecurity and then also equality. And we do have a safety week coming up in December 6th through 10th, and I'm doing the esports section of it for diversity and inclusion, which is day 3. But a lot of people here gave talks on like your data and being responsible as we begin to build the metaverse and making sure that it's accessible. I mean, there's just no way that it's going to be ready for all of the, I mean, the law is still trying to catch up to technology from, 20 years ago. So this is what XRSI is about. They are trying to get people to understand the magnitude and responsibility of when you're going around in online. They've worked on, I think, the policy in Australia, and the Australia government. It's really cool. I got to sit across from the coolest guy who worked at NASA. I mean, his wife worked with the first Black astronaut not too long ago. I mean, insane. These people, I'm like, why am I, here? Don't say anything. But
Vivian.
yeah, but they're just so cool. And I'm so happy to be a part of what they're doing. Like, just being able to try and make a difference is really an incredible feeling. I mean, I feel like this is like the most true productive thing that I've done, because it's really about online safety. And we will get into that because we have a whole thing coming up for the week. But yeah, shout out to them. Oh, and then hello.
Oh.
Hi.
Aww.
Was that at night?
No. The spotlight was on us because we were on stage.
Vivian didn't go out at night. Just
Yes,
kidding.
I
No.
did.
Like it was just just a few nights. So it wasn't like, and I didn't really want to go out that night before.
There was the first night I was there was an after party, which was with Max at FXG. She was also set up there for their Hope for Haiti project that they did, which was really cool too. I got to experience that on opening night. And she's like, you want to go to, there's a party at my hotel because there's food that, they're not charging us for. Cause like, it was like $10 for wine, which, I don't drink anyway. And there was, some cheese plates that you could have. But Max stood in line, and we stood in line, and then she was there for so long that everyone just went the other way. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, I can't get this cheese off. It's just holding up the line. So it was just the after party for a little bit, had a little bit of snacks, and then I went out to dinner with the XR folks. And then the next night I went out with esport friends. So there. I'm sorry.
Ooh. Burn.
Wow. What?
No,
I
I'm
guess
just kidding.
to get a dinner date with Vivian, you have to be an esports person or an XRSI member. Otherwise, no dice. You get lunch or earlier only.
Now I feel bad. You're right.
Yes. I
Should have tried for brunch, Navah. You might have had more luck.
I did, by the way. She didn't show up.
I asked you if you. Okay, but there was Tony was there. We finally got to meet. Yeah, Scarred Ghost. Like we got to finally see each other. It was awesome because I was like, I can't find him in that chat that you guys keep silencing. I was like, guys, I can't find Tony. I don't know where he is. And then I saw him. He was on the phone, and then he just grabbed me while he was still on the phone. I was trying to let go because I didn't want to be rude, but then he just kept on holding on to me. And then we had to have lunch together because he's so awesome. He lives in Italy.
We had to have lunch.
I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I met him at the hotel, and I couldn't believe that he was from Italy. I had no clue.
Yeah, he's amazingly Yeah. Oh, hey, how's it going? Mystery Steve. We all know who that is. Oh, congratulations on your show reaching, I think it's 4 years milestone in all space, which was inspired by the Hive. May I just throw that out there? So they've been keeping on their improv show going on, so that's really cool.
Oh, great. Congrats.
Yeah.
It's a
So
lot of work.
okay, so I don't know what else, Nava, you want to say about AWE, but I will say this: there was a place called the Playground, and it was the playground with where you could try a bunch of different experiences, and the and there was just so sparse. There was so much space in between, which I get it, the pandemic or whatever, but why was there not a stage for like esports? Like, we could have had a competition, so that's the only thing where I was just like, missed opportunity. So maybe next.
Well, maybe you can
next
bring
time.
that to them for the June 22nd.
I'm already on it. I'm on it.
I mean, what was Epic there though? Epic Games?
The Respawn was there. God. She's like, who? No, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Because they were supposed to
I
be,
don't-
or they were at the one last time.
I don't know. I don't think they were. So
There was a lot of people there that maybe because I was at the booth, the Mawari booth, which is the coolest thing in the world. I mean, it's this.
Yeah, that actually was really cool. That was the AR thing, right? Like with you insert the person into.
It's 3D real time cloud rendering. So if you have sometimes like when you have 3D and you're live streaming, it's live. Sorry. Live streaming, 3D real-time cloud rendering live stream. So it's really interesting because most technology doesn't stream 3D. They just have a video behind it. So what they do is they have it in the cloud, like all the heavy stuff, and then everything comes to the edge. It's all about edge computing in 5G. So they have a technology and an algorithm that allows you to stream 3D from your phone and in real time. Really, I mean, you saw we were at a conference.
That was really cool.
Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was awful. I mean, Snapchat wouldn't even open for me, and like it would just keep loading and loading. And theirs was just really strong. It's going to be an interesting concept, especially with avatars and holograms and all the good stuff, because you can program an Unreal Engine avatar, or sorry, metahuman, and live stream them.
What's a metahuman?
It's AI virtual beings, so you can put
not
AI...
what a metahuman is. A metahuman is like the Flash in DC. Why are you stealing words from? Sorry.
Who, me?
No, metahuman. I'm sorry.
No,
I think
that's
she's talking to Mark
That's what
Zuckerberg.
Unreal Engine calls their
Yes.
virtual beings. So you can create it. I'm sure you guys saw it come through your feed at some point. It might have even been a year ago, or who knows. And anyway, so you're able to stream this really powerful, heavy, I think it was 4 million polygons. And
I don't even know what. Is that a lot?
Yeah, that's
it sounds like a lot. I don't know.
That's a lot.
I don't know. Maybe there's like.
Yeah, and then if you program, so like what they did is they had in China, it was in Japan, because they did it with KDDI. They're the huge telecom giant there, and they couldn't find workers during COVID, so they had this virtual being. It was like right after COVID, the crazy part. They really couldn't get a lot of people to be employed. So they had this virtual being where when people would come up, it was like a concierge that could walk you through the different areas so people knew where they were going. And really, it was just their phone. It's just such an interesting concept because, I just think about all the things. It's scary. The future is scary,
Yes, it
Very
is.
scary.
It's scary and interesting.
JaneyLaney. But anyway, I could talk about it forever. I love Mawari. The guys were so great. They brought me In-N-Out Burger. How awesome are they?
Oh my god, this is the first time I've gone back home to the West and did not eat In-N-Out.
That burger was probably the best thing I ate while I was there. So good. I'm like, don't even give me fries. I don't need fries. Just give me that burger. Thank you. I was like, thank you so much. This is the nicest thing anyone's ever done. So, I mean, whatever. But here's our little name tag. Can't see it.
We believe you.
It looks fantastic.
Oh yeah. The name tag, sure.
I thought they could, maybe I was going to give them some insight for next time. They could, just the person through there.
Oh, you know what? There was the really cool image that I stupidly did not show. It was probably the best one. It was how many women presented.
184.
There was a picture of everyone too.
Wow.
It was just really, really, really awesome. It was just really cool to highlight, and especially because I think we know most of those ladies. In fact, I think some of them are gonna come on and be an extra. Now you have a pool of a lot of people to pull from when the next time we run away from you, Cammie.
Yeah, and then you know what else was pretty. I was pretty you weren't there. It was the first day. They did this whole schmetaverse.
Was that what it was called? The Schmetaverse?
It was a quiz. Schmetaverse.
Okay.
And all the people that were chosen for that video clip were men. And I'm sitting in front of Kathy Hackle, who's the godmother of the metaverse. So I just turned around. I was like, well, I normally don't even notice things like that, but I'm like, hold on. Not one woman for the metaverse. You've got a ton of women who've been, creating and doing Nani de la Pena. It was so crazy. I couldn't believe that. That part was kind of weird because it was all white men.
It usually is.
No, but it's not. I haven't experienced that.
Have you been looking at my black book? I'm so sorry.
They all fall and order pumpkin spice lattes. What's wrong with you?
Oh my god. Okay. No.
I order one. It's always closed. Every Starbucks is always closed.
Okay, these two. Wow. Can you just be any more? Okay.
Oh, this is Seinfeld. It's basic. It's so basic.
Okay, so anyway, it was a great experience. It was great to see Navah. She's as gorgeous in person as she is on camera.
Oh yeah.
I think I told Cammie that. I was like, side note.
That's the first thing she said. She was like, Nava's just so beautiful in person.
Oh my gosh.
Calm down, baby.
Yeah.
It's the inside of me. The beauty inside.
You're like that girl, the actress from American Beauty, Mina Suvari, whatever. She's she's cute on screen and stuff, but when I saw her in person, I was like, wow, she was really, really
Seems like
pretty.
a humble brag of a way for you to drop the fact that you've met Mina Savari.
I did not meet her. She was... First of all, I lived in Vegas. There's a lot of celebrities. Okay? I did not meet her. I was looking at... Because I was at work, and she was there, and I was looking at people who were, making a mess in the aisle, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was, kind of yelling and pointing that way, and I was like, oh, okay. And she just turned and looked at me, so I was like, okay. How's that a humble brag? Because you saw somebody down the street. Whatever.
I'm
I
sorry,
saw
you
Navah.
work with Mina Savari.
Yes, we're best friends. We have, Jesus. Why do you have to make me feel like that?
This entire podcast is about your feelings.
Okay, whatever, Comic Sans. So.
Oh my god, can we call me Kami Sans from now on?
Oh!
Comic Sans?
Yeah,
Kami
look
Sans.
at that
The font?
Yeah. Hey, we're marketing experts, let me tell you.
Rebranding.
Yeah.
It's my troll persona, Kami Sans.
Oh, can you get a troll
trolling?
persona?
I was on
She's so proud.
I was scrolling, not trolling, through my feed, and I saw JaneyLaney's live gaming feed, and it was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah.
She had a lot of people on there sending her stars. Janey, what were you talking about? She had a really good topic. If you're commenting on people's feeds, and you're streaming, why can't you use your business?
Oh, you came in on the rant.
It was so fun. I was like, yeah, girl, get it.
Ooh, rant.
Tell us about the rant.
Can you rant about it?
Basically, yeah, it will form into a rant because I'm still heated off of it. So basically, there's this one where on Facebook and Facebook Gaming, I don't care. I said what I said. If you guys are in here, hello, I'm JaneyLaney. I'm calling you guys out. So
Talking to you, Mark.
basically,
Yeah.
what happens is that when you are going live, a lot of content creators do not like it when you go into their stream on your business or on your gaming page, because they feel like that is self-promotion. And I don't like.
Isn't that the point of the whole internet and streaming? Self-promotion?
Well, I mean, your personal page. First and foremost, look, I'm here for anybody that thinks that I'm worthy enough to be on their game, you know, do their gaming page and talk and everything like that. Because how I see it is this: what if somebody who has a lot of clout, all right, so somebody like King Gathalion, who everybody knows, or even if Shroud or Ninja comes through or somebody like that, what if they came into my stream and started talking? Yes, I want people to see that check mark. I want people to like be able to see, yeah. This person is interacting with me.
Exactly.
Well, there's a bunch of small nobody creators who feel like it's an attack on their brand. Like, yo, if your content sucks, it's going to suck, whether or not I come in as JaneyLaney or Janae. You suck. And that's perfectly fine, but you suck. Understand that you suck with or without my regular page. So we were talking about that because there are a lot of people who come into my stream who get so scared and they'll message me, I'm so sorry that I came in on my gaming page. I don't care. Come in on all your pages. I don't really care, because
it makes you look good.
Yeah, it does. And what's crazy is when you go onto Twitch, you don't have creators telling other people, oh, don't come in on your regular Twitch page.
I thought that was crazy. I really did.
Yeah.
I was like, who would ever do that? First of all, I'm going to always want someone with a blue check in anything I do.
Right.
That's going to just give more clout.
Right.
So it really, you were right with what you were saying. I just thought it was very interesting that, you know, this is the part that we were talking about before. It's just sometimes you have more, they're just hating. They're hating, they're jealous,
Right.
and for what? Like, it's just something fun, you know? And yeah, it could be something that you can make profit off of, but still, it's for fun, you know? We should be building community and being stronger together versus hating on each other, because we could be popular together. It's called partnerships. Brands do it all the time.
And the thing is, though, too, is that like it'll be smaller creators with the problem. Like it will be people that nobody cares about anyways. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of the people who I've heard say it, it's like,
Just talking about you, Vivian.
you're having a problem with me coming into your channel, you being nobody really, but you're having this problem. Like, how am I damaging your community simply by showing up? That's not, I feel like in any arena that we have, a lot of people feel like they're being attacked when somebody might do the same thing, is really just trying to interact with them. They feel like somebody's trying to rip something away. I've seen business owners go into other business owners, like, you know, entrepreneurs, going into other small businesses, and the business owner feeling some type of way because another business owner's in their establishment. Like, that's weird to me. You should be happy that another business owner is hanging out with you. You know, they're not there to steal anything.
This is something that I read once in a Tina Fey book. It's called The Theory of Not Enough. And I think that platforms like Twitch and certain communities like that sort of use this to pit streamers against each other, because it is a very competitive marketplace. It's a theory that if you don't protect your own, if you get popular or someone else gets popular, that's taking viewership away from you. Especially when you're a small fish in a big pond, I think that people get very territorial about things. They get very protective, thinking that I don't want anyone to take what, like, because I think when you're a small streamer starting out, it's really hard to get those views up. Like, it's very much every single concurrent viewer, every single, you know, person in chat is just like, it's a struggle. So I think that feel extra protective about that. And I think that's reinforced by platforms like Twitch to encourage them to be protective of that, because they like competition. They want people and streamers to fight almost against or compete against each other, because then the focus is on other streamers, as opposed to what is the platform really doing for us, or like how is the platform not supporting us as smaller creators, because they're basically saying no, like we're not the problem, YouTube isn't the problem, Twitch isn't the problem, it's that other streamer taking away views from you. Personally, that's my viewpoint on it. But
yeah, and that does make sense, because as with most things, you have that whole entire sense of urgency, like you have to react quickly. It's always about the things that you are supposedly missing out on, and it's all falsified. But see, me being a streamer, and I've been doing this for 3 years, I've come to the conclusion that I could care less what the heck is going on. As long as my chat is running smoothly, you can come through, you can hang out, but you cannot detract. You cannot take away any part of my community simply because you're interacting with me. But a lot of streamers, they don't feel that way. They always feel like they are being attacked. Like like the moment that Minecraft highlighted me on YouTube, I lost so many people in my community, because all of a sudden the other Minecraft content creators felt like I was too big and I was just going to take their communities too. Like, how, Sway? If I'm literally focusing on my work, you think I honestly have time to really think about whatever it is you're doing? Because I don't. But that's what the platforms want, because if the platforms could get you to worry about the next streamer, right, then you're all of a sudden trying to get more money than them. You're all of a sudden trying to build up, and it goes all to the platform. The platform's like, look, you guys pick at each other. Let's see whoever makes the most amount of money this month. Meanwhile, you're struggling against another content creator just to stay afloat.
Oh,
and then
that's so sad.
Yeah, there's me who is like, I might be broke 1 month. All right.
But the thing is that you're not like, the battle or the competition is not really between you and another streamer, because it's I don't know what viewership is for Twitch, but I'm guessing it's pretty huge. There's enough to go around. I mean, I'm not saying that every person who ever streams is going to be able to make those numbers, but if you put enough work into it and target your content properly, there's enough room for everybody who really has like quality and talent. You do have to have some talent.
That is, then there's the schism, because technically, yes, in theory, there is enough to go around. But then what do the platforms do? They decide to go ahead and shadow ban people. They decide to go ahead and attack marginalized communities. They decide to do all of this weird stuff so that it keeps making it about creator against creator. Especially, and I really hate getting on the whole entire Black thing. I swear, it's like I wake up Black and I'm like, I never want to talk about this, but being a Black content creator, and especially on the Twitch side of things, there have been several times where they will actually not boost up the Black creator onto the front page. And it makes a lot of Black creators then look at the white creators and feel some type of way. And Twitch doesn't care, because Twitch is like, hey, have at it. That's just going to make the Black people work even more harder than they already do anyways, generate more money, and we're still never going to let them get to the top no matter what they do. So it's a falsified sense of competition, but it's really there because the platforms, they want it. If there's no competition, not enough money's going to come through. If everybody could get to the top, not enough money's going to come through. So, it's just like with the caste system. If you break the caste system of all these countries, everybody's going to be at the same level, and nobody's really going to be, trying to get up there. So why not go ahead and have a falsified sense of competition, make your money at the same time? That's how content creation is in the streaming side. That's not how it should be, though, because
it's like that in world building too, except we don't get money. We don't have opportunity to make money.
Right. And it's just weird.
But even then, I mean, Navah, you've talked about a little bit about, when the metaverse or the meta thing came out, and there was a focus on sort of like Instagram people, and there really wasn't a whole lot done for the creators and the world builders. It's, again, yeah, it's this thing of like, we're the focus is meant to be on what is Facebook doing, or Meta, or whoever they are, Mark, decide. You know, but
He
it's
has
it's
decided.
not. He's decided. Okay, I don't believe anything that lizard person says, but all right. But like, again, it's creating that divide. They're the one. If they make it competitive, if they make it seem like it's a hard thing to get at, that you have to battle against someone, then it's almost like, if you get that chance and get that opportunity, that you should be grateful for that privilege. And then that's the way that they can give you less and less, because you're just so honored to have made it against all of these people. And you're not competing against anyone. You are competing against the platform's algorithms, you're competing against their metrics, you're competing against their agenda of who they want to see, or who they think people want to see, because that's what they're doing. They absolutely have control over things. And I mean, this is not as big of an issue as it is with, Black creators not being showcased. But, they've done that to VR as well. They've said, no VR format, sorry. And they've decided that VR content is not popular. Something, we were talking about before the stream about giving power back to the people, is like, these platforms seem like they're supposed to be in the hands of the people. You just create your content and then people decide if it's good or not. And that's not true. There's always people behind the scenes running the show. And it's always going to be their agenda and not the people's.
See, and what's crazy is that Mixer was a Microsoft platform. That honestly was one of the only platforms that literally was based upon the hard work that you put out. And how do I know that? Well, let me explain to you something. I ended up getting partnered with just an Xbox and a phone. I didn't have a computer, but I was even using my own internet. They knew this. I was stealing Wi-Fi internet because I didn't have any at the time. I made it all the way to the top. I was on people's Xboxes. I was doing all of this stuff. And it didn't come from any boosting. It didn't come from like anything like that. I literally networked my way to get to where I needed to get to. I understood how the platform worked. I understand how people worked. I would just sit up there and make connections. I would go to conventions, make connections, talk to businesses, get out what I needed to get out. I even talked to Minecraft and they ended up sponsoring me for 5 days in a 5-star hotel. I actually put in the work. But a lot of platforms these days, it's not about the work that you put in. It's, do we want to see your face? Because remember when hot tub streamers were all the rage in the summertime, they put those girls and their boobs up everywhere. And then when people start getting mad, they're like, no, hot tub girls, chill out. And you notice that the algorithm started tipping because Twitch started tipping it down to where now it's not a bunch of hot tub streamers who are really getting a lot of visibility anymore like they were. So it's definitely like platform based, and they're having a whole entire fun, having fun doing it. It's like basically a streaming platform is just like a micro government.
Wow, well, that's why you're here, to give us that insight. So
Well, I also think that's where I've been reading a lot about the DAOs, because and how I found that Constitution DAO is that the way that it works pretty much is what you put in is what you get out, and you never see that anywhere.
So let's explain though to the people who have joined us mid conversation what the Constitution DAO is.
Well, a DAO is a decentralized, autonomous organization, and it has rules that not rules, but sort of these steps and different ways that you can. It's almost like the stars system and the gaming, the Facebook gaming system, how it works with rewarding. So if you like things and you're engaging or whatever, like all of those different things, you get specific governance and or coins, and then you kind of can move up the ladder by what you do and what you put in, versus like you were saying, Janey and Cami, when you're in a centralized platform like a Microsoft, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, when they're in a central program, you're all by the algorithm. So you don't even know what you're being judged by. What do you have to do to get to the top? That's why everybody's always like, the algorithm changed. Here are 7 ways that you can get to the top of people's feeds. because I'm in social media, so it's like I'm always trying to
That's
get my
SEO.
brands
Yeah.
to the top of the feed.
Yeah.
And sometimes I see content that's so good and I just don't know why it wasn't popular. And then 3 days later, I see the same exact content, almost same exact, like pretty much the same exact. And it's got quadruple amount of shares, saves, all of it, you know? So it's just, you don't know. And with decentralization, there's more power because the network just gives you the network and everything's run on a chain. So it's a bunch of super nodes, and it's the way that I could describe it, where like most people understand, and my friends, like you just think of it as everything you do is not governed by a person, it's governed by the computer, because it saves your data. And it's not your personal data, it's the data that you put in, like your work. So the things that you save on like Word doc or something, but it's actions that you take that allow you to move up the ranks versus talk, which is what you'll see a lot. You'll see a lot of politics. And that's where people struggle, because they're working so hard, they're creating the content, and then people come in and just take over.
So what we need is a DAO that takes things back, platforms for the people.
It's a lot of work. You know, I've been watching people build. Edward Sachi has a culture token. He's starting a DAO, culture DAO. And there's a lot of different people. There's so many different steps. And everybody's so excited and they all want to help. But there's, you know, when you're building, there's a lot of rules that you want to put in so it's fair. You're almost creating a business. A DAO is like a business.
But we were specifically talking about the Constitution DAO, which is...
Sorry. Okay, yeah.
This is beyond me.
Yeah.
The group had backed, basically, they formed together over like 72 hours, or they had raised over 72 hours, about like $43 million worth of crypto, because they were trying to buy at Sotheby's one of the copies of the Constitution that was going up for sale for auction. And the idea was 13, that,
right?
Yeah. So the idea was that this DAO would then issue a token, a governance token, to people who had invested in it, and you would get voting rights with those tokens as to where the Constitution would be kept and how it would be housed and blah, 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 blah. And it was more of a, as I understand it, was more of a statement of taking back these documents. You know, usually Sotheby's is not, like, it's technically, I think, open to the public, but it's not really. It's open to, like you were saying, like a small select group of people who can afford to be there, who can, right, you know, who know that these things are happening. And instead it was, you know, a group of probably mostly anonymous investors saying, no, let's issue this as, like, let's bring this copy back to the people and put the power of what's done with it in their hands. Unfortunately, they did not win.
Well, the way that they did it was, like, you know, it was in 72 hours. They started out with like 2,000 people in a Discord. I actually don't know exactly whether they started. I think they might have started on Twitter and then moved to a Discord, and had all these crazy conversations about buying the DAO. I mean, they were just like us, and started this whole movement. And I thought that's, like you were saying, you know, it is a movement, but it's also, it's the power of community. I mean, the only reason they didn't win because they got so big, and people that are in centralized businesses are scared. The ones at the top, they don't want people taking over power because that means that their business is gone. That's why Facebook has made so many drastic changes in the last month, because they see what's happening. You know, they see that people can sell their own artwork without them. How can they make money? How can content creators make money without them? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, influencers made a lot of money on Instagram, on Facebook. So, I mean, every day there's something new. So, you know, it's scary because I'm watching Web3 and seeing how it is. And yeah, NFTs, like, you know, you were saying earlier, Janey, it's just, what am I going to do with the digital asset? But what's crazy is that kids today are digital first. So they are going into their games and buying skins. I mean, most parents who have kids that are in Roblox. Oh my God. Yeah, wow. Because it's Robux. Okay, so they spend so much money in these Robux. So these kids can't transfer everything they have in Roblox to, let's say, Minecraft, because it's centralized. And now what's happening with NFTs and what's happening with like the Sandbox VR, the Somnium space from the VR side, and the Decentralands, is that they're creating an open platform, sort of like what Apple did when they had their computers, right? They had open API. So it's just it really brings the power back. And then this Constitution down, I mean, everybody got together because it was so exciting that they could go to this place, Sotheby's, something that they were passionate about with the Constitution, and could stand with the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, or the Annie Lee, the people that have a lot of money, that old money, and go to these. I mean, it's going to be a movie for sure.
I think I'm fine with old people with old money going and spending their $45 million on a copy of the Constitution. Like, go ahead. I don't know. I get it as a symbol, as a symbolic thing of taking the power back for the people, and like it should belong to them. I don't know why you should be able to sell a copy of the Constitution to begin with. But I just think that there isn't that much value. And I think that's my problem with NFTs in general, is that it seems to be a made up thing that we're all just buying into on the premise. It's like when you read a book, that's that concept of the suspension of disbelief, where the author is basically asking you to ignore like the sort of flaws in reality, or the the cheesiness almost of the concept, and saying just pretend like this is okay. And that's the same feeling that I get with NFTs. People are like, just pretend like this is a thing that should have value. And
well, no, because I'm totally on the opposite side of you. I think it's interesting because a lot of people think that way too. A lot of people that I talk to about it. So it's just what you realize is that there are some things that are like over the top. I mean, it's just sometimes I hear some sales and I'm just like, okay, we're definitely in a bubble. Obviously we're in a bubble. But you think of, art. When people just buy regular art, they're buying it tangible, right? And they're buying it in this place. Like Steve Jobs, I think he bought Steve Jobs or Microsoft's. Forgot his name.
Bill Gates.
Either Steve Jobs or Bill Gates bought the.
Well, Steve Jobs didn't do it. He's not alive.
Well, like a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Like, okay.
I mean, this has been going on. This is not new,
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I think it was Bill Gates. So he bought the Leonardo da Vinci, sort of like what the Constitution DAO was. So he bought the same thing in that form. I think it was like 30 million. So it's like a sense of power for people who have money. I bought it. I was the highest bidder. I won, right? This whole thing when you have too much money. But NFTs are these like, let's say for example, these Bored Apes Yacht Club or whatever. I'm sure you guys have seen it, right? The Bored Ape Yacht.
I don't know. Me spending a lot of money is like ordering appetizers. This is like insane amount.
I know. Trust me, I know. But you know what? The Bored Ape Club, like that's a community you're buying into. It's almost like a yacht club, right? You buy into it. And some of these apes are being literally licensed for movies. Yeah. Because nobody can use them outside of the person who purchased it, because it's on the blockchain, which means it can be traced back to the person who bought it. Always. There will never be a copyright issue. And that's when I fell in love with NFTs, because I was thinking from the perspective of an artist who's constantly getting ripped off from snapshots of all of their artwork. Mm-hmm. People will throw it on to, let's say, a Zoom, or do, put it into an article or put it into their website, and they don't always know. I mean, there's tools that can help a little bit more now today, but who's to say you own it? Because one day you're going to pass and that art will continue on and it won't have your name on it. So that's the part I like for artists and creators who spend so much time and don't get paid for that kind of stuff. And they should, they do deserve those royalties.
I mean, that's fine, but my issue comes to the point where it's one thing to say this is how much the Mona Lisa costs. All right. We
Right.
know Mona Lisa is like, that's not going to be a $10 thing. You know, we
Yeah.
get it. There's history behind it. Understandable. But I decide that I want to go ahead and let's see here. I have this controller.
I
And
love that
because I am
controller.
the great JaneyLaney, I decide to say, well, guys, I am selling this NFT at $30. And even this is actually worth like $80. I spent $80 on it. But you know, I just decided to throw up something on there because I have enough clout. Now I can just randomly put a number on an item, and most NFTs are just PNGs. That's my problem, is that most people are literally just buying a picture, or because you could do this on VR too, because by the way, for people who do not know, a lot of crypto and a lot of NFT is definitely out in VR, so you could also buy the VR version of it. And it's just imagine a 3D little graphic that you get to play around and spin around inside of your little Oculus Home thing. So people are deciding to go ahead and shelve in a lot of money for this. One of my friends just bought something for $1,000. All right. So people are literally then going in and buying it off the strength of either where it comes from, how they're doing the whole entire fear of missing out. They're literally buying it off of compulsion because they want to have it. They just have to have it. And for me personally, I have a problem with that, because I'm like, all right, if you could just throw in a price on anything, right? Why is it now, if life is an auction, why is it now I can't walk into a store and decide, oh, I only want to pay $1 for this? Like, why can't I just go around and physically just put value on everything? Like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense in the virtual world.
In a way you can. So there's two different things. These are centralized brands who have supply chains, and they put the value on it, and you have no power. Not like the opposite way, right? And then also in the future, which is what a lot of people are scared of today, I think brands, probably the ones that know or understand it, there, you know, there's, I don't know if you've heard of this brand, Pinduoduo. It's in China. It's peer-to-peer shopping, pretty much probably where Facebook got their live shopping stuff. And people come together in groups and they almost work in a Costco kind of way, and they get the Costco price, because if you can get enough people to come with you and buy something, you get it at a better price. So now you're changing the value of that product. The company doesn't lose, but they also, you know, because they're selling bulk, they're moving their product, so then they can, you know, it still justifies it all. But it's really an interesting thing that you're saying, because I think that's what a lot of people, it's just how I thought too when I was first starting. I don't get it, like, this is so stupid. But people are buying into what they believe is just like how people would buy art. I mean, I don't know about you, I'm sure each one of us have bought something that was way out of priced, way overpriced, that it's probably sitting in a corner.
It's on my resume.
Exactly. You know, and I understand right now we're in a bubble, so it's like very crazy pricing. It's nuts.
Yeah. Who here owns an NFT or multiple NFTs? Cammy?
I don't know. Shit.
How do you not? I told you to get. You know what? You don't listen to me. I told
try
you
not to.
Okay, whatever. I told you to get the DC one.
Made by Canadian Comic Sans. Here's the thing: is I still don't buy it. I still don't buy it because, like Janey said, you can put up an NFT of that controller, but you don't get ownership of the controller. You get ownership of a PNG. Well, I know, but there's a lot of NFTs out there that are literally like pixel PNG art. Yeah, it's like the NBA.
Sell the tangible too. People
could, and that's
most
fine.
People are not. They're selling the PNG. That's the problem. They're basically. I have trading cards of one of my favorite streamers, but it's literally a PNG. that is it. That's why when you said that they did the Constitution, that's why it kind of bothered me, because I'm like, it better not have just been a PNG of it. Thank God it was one of 13 copies, but usually it's PNG. No, I just can't get over the fact that's a darn copy. You want somebody to spend that much money on a darn copy? Hello?
No, they started it, I think it was like 15 million or 14 or 5 million. I don't even know. It went up because of this group. This group brought so much attention to it. It's like, I think it's a historical day today for them. I mean, it's going to some foundation in the Guggenheim, Debbie something, I don't remember her name, but
I think that's like a good use of an NFT is, when it goes to a charitable organization or something like that. But people selling PNGs of pixelated artwork, to me, is a fake thing that you made up for fake money, for fake exclusive, with fake rarity or scarcity. To me, that's not even the I know, Vivian, you like these, the NBA NFT,
the Top Shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that would be a really cool idea if you own part of the rights to that clip. You own that clip.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's serialized.
That's what I asked.
Yeah.
No one answered that question to my
It's kind of like I mean, someone was talking about this, I saw on Twitter. It's like, you can't get away from this topic. But someone was just saying, like, so basically all you're doing is like buying a unique, like a domain, because they're all unique. So it's kind of like that, like, oh, I'm going to take that domain and sell it for however much.
It's licensing.
Kind of thing.
That's what I was saying about the Bored Apes. It's licensing.
I mean, okay, but all right.
Can it lose value? So if say for instance people aren't interested in it anymore, what drives the value after you've already done the purchase? What can take away the value? Like once you have this thing, because most people then trade NFTs because there's NFT trading. Like, can you, if say for instance you bought an NFT, that one day it's sitting at like $7,000 or whatever, can the next day it just be sitting at 0 and you can't trade it anymore? What else can go on with this NFT after purchase?
Okay, so the way that it goes is you purchase it, right? And you purchase it because, one, you're either, you should really like what you're buying.
Right.
Don't just buy it to buy it. And if you're going to do that, don't spend $1,000 on it, do your research like you would anything.
Research.
And then I know, but then, and third, this isn't like a buy it. And then like, for me, if you're going to wait, you want to wait like 10 years. And if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to buy something that's, I think is going to be popular and might need to be licensed later.
But it's not being advertised.
Rare.
It's being advertised as the stock market and as cryptocurrency. That's the problem. That's why it's like, you got to buy this. People like Disney just came out with some NFTs.
Yeah, they did.
They're not actually advertising it to a lot of people in younger age brackets as really collectibles, more so advertising it as this is how you're going to get rich, because you're going to be able to go ahead and trade it. It's literally being advertised as cryptocurrency. And that's where that's
just like anything though. Anything that's like, anything that's got to do with the stock market or that has to do with an investment is going to be pitched that way. I mean, when I walk into Target, all of a sudden I needed like 17 more things than I needed before I left my house. It's marketing. So that has nothing to do with the industry. It has everything to do with I think the people who've been working in it for a really long time, just like we've been working in VR for a long time, right? You just kind of like wanted to burst into a bubble because now you're popping off. I mean, you think of all the creators like Kevin Ang, Sam Luck, The Bad Lament, all the ones that I've been watching, Rosie Summers, everything they created, everything is an NFT.
But you have to, I mean, yes, you can't, it's not like I can like just copy my photo over and over again and then just like sell it as that, So.
What do you mean?
No. What, because and I understand you're talking about like it's a ping, so that's all you're really paying for. It's just like pixelated. I'm just saying that there is like a system to it. But side note, I think it's just really interesting who's on which side, because I would totally have guessed the other way maybe last year.
I feel like NFTs are like the collectible plates of our parents' generation. You know, I don't. My parents, like my parents and my grandparents,
That's
collected
funny.
these collectible plates, and they're like, they're gonna go up in value, and like one day these Royal Dalton figurines are gonna be worth $10,000, and they're worth nothing because nobody wants them.
Well, yeah, that's part of the
Pokemon
gamble
Oreos are worth
things.
more than those things right now.
Well,
Pokemon,
it's
little Pokemon Oreos selling for
You better
$14.
go on eBay.
yeah.
You better check eBay. My mom thrifts. Like she'll go to a thrift and find like specific plates,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised how much someone pays for that little plate.
I would be, because it's so silly.
But almost everything.
No, you don't even eat
almost,
off them.
Almost everything is though. I mean, I honestly like I own some, but because it's interesting of a concept. But there's a lot of things around it that I find even more interesting, like reducing carbon footprint of NFTs. You know, like it's environmental. I mean, that's just like things that like, people are not thinking like beyond the repercussions of all these things that we're doing, because it's funny that we're thinking, well, it's not really anything, it's not like tangible, you can't touch it, but it's taking up tangible space, taking up like it has real consequences for our tangible, like our environment and stuff like that.
Especially
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's how I got into NFTs, were the clean NFTs. So like I was helping Sutu and the Bad Lament, like I was helping them put it together and doing like Twitter spaces with them. And my thing was, when I started reading into it, I mean, everything you do on the computer has gas.
Yeah.
So
But all the mining that they're doing though is, well, not for everyone, because I did have to ask this question on Twitter and I got bombarded with a bunch of articles. So there are clean NFT.
Yeah.
I think that there is a more cleaner way of getting crypto. I didn't read that far into
there
it. I
is.
know that
It's
there's-
layer 2. That's like the Polygon network and I never say this right. It starts with an HI.
Whoa.
I'm never gonna get it right.
But the thing is that's not always going to be the thing that's selling. So there are a lot of people who are part of environmentalist groups who are just letting people know, hey, you guys are doing all of this mining, and doing it at the rate that you guys are doing it at is destroying the earth even more. Then there comes with the whole entire money laundering. Then there comes with the fact that a lot of cryptocurrency has been used to go ahead and do like sex trafficking and a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like it's this, like, that's why I'm in a rut about it, because yes, like I said, I do own cryptocurrency and I do have NFT. I do. I have quite a bit of Dogecoin. I have quite a bit of
That to me is a waste of money.
of stuff. Well, see,
That's
look,
the shit coin.
here's the thing though. Listen,
My made up thing is better than your made up thing.
Everything is made up though. That's the funny
when
thing.
it was
But it's
when it was
not.
first presented to me though, it sounded like a sound idea when it was first presented to me. Before I ever thought about anything behind it, I was like, oh shoot, let me go ahead and do this right now. Boom. I was out there on my little Weeble app. I was like, yeah, in about 15 years I'm gonna be rich. But then I really started sitting there thinking about it, like, it's like buying a star. I'm always going to equate it to buying a star. Have you ever been bought a star for your birthday before because the person was really cheap and they're really, I have. I should have punched that girl in her face. So she bought me a star. It came with the certificate. So yeah, that was tangible. It was like SSR dot blah blah blah. She's like, if you go outside when Jupiter's in the high rise, you can see it. What the crap does that mean?
Janie, I have to return your Christmas present.
Yeah.
I'm in a grievous error.
I was gonna say, you know what? I kind of wanted to pull up that picture of the actual universe.
That's kind of how it kind of reminds me of, is that how it's the money being spent to get it is real. That's correct. You are spending real money to get these objects, but these objects, if somebody without clout says that they're worth items, it doesn't mean anything, but somebody with clout saying that they're worth something, all of a sudden it is worth something. So it's, I don't know, to me it's a little bit, it's really deceptive. It's making people really put way more value on things that don't really cost that much, and a lot of the NFT is actual just PNGs. A lot of it is just PNG.
Can you imagine trying to explain to anyone 20 years ago that somebody has made or lost millions of dollars because this guy bought a certain type of dog? Because that's what happened. Elon Musk mentioned that he was going to buy a Shiba Inu, and Shiba stock it's a cryptocurrency, shut up like, I don't know, 500%. Literally, people made millions off of this guy tweeting about a dog that he liked.
Anything
Like,
Elon tweets about.
Yeah,
the world is a ridiculous place now.
It is,
so
but
weird.
it is like, okay, but
Like
on
Dogecoin only happened because of Elon Musk.
yeah, exactly.
How could anyone buy into that?
Well-
I mean, not like how can any, like, not like it's stupid, but you think of it like, okay, there's someone dictating what's going to be popular.
Well,
That's how I look at NFTs.
kind of. I mean,
look at
I would say like, yeah. All right, I'm not gonna bring up that topic, but so
What?
well, I was gonna say, no. Have you guys ever heard of this culture called the Nasarima? People Nasarima.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like this crazy country, and it's a paper that you should go read. It's really interesting because you're reading all the stuff that this culture does. You know, like there's like a shrine that they, you know, go to that where they, I don't know, like worship different things. Anyway, it's from my anthropology class, and when we discussed about like what we thought about like, oh wow, like their practices, it's just American spelled backwards, right? So the thing is that like it because it's happening right now, but all of these things are the same things from before. I mean, like somebody was like, oh, do you have like cash? I'm like, what are you, a criminal? You know, like no one carries cash anymore. I mean, when's the last time you took $10 and, you know what I mean? Like, no, you just transfer it on Venmo. So you're really just moving around numbers from site to site that's traced on whatever else. I mean, it's really based on gold. But everything has been like this. Everything has been like this for a long time. Think about like how much of a ripoff diamonds are, you know, because they control the release of it. I mean, the thing that we really need to think about is the fact that we have an economy where people feel like, I need to do something, because there are fucking people who make billions and billions of dollars. They can never spend it in their lifetime, in 3 lifetimes. They can never. And the people who are like, you know, went to McDonald's the other day, it's $20 now to feed 2 people there. It's like everything is costing us little people so much money that we kind of have to storm the castle and chop off their heads. I mean,
Whoa, okay, Marie Antoinette.
I know. I was gonna say, well, that's a real thing, though.
Viva la revolution.
Well, that's part of it, where it's like I want to support part of the fact that people want to be able to rely on something else. But actually, lately, I've been watching so many videos on influencer scams. It's amazing. But there's gonna be, like you talked about, sex trafficking. They're gonna use that. I mean, yeah, because that's already a thing that existed. You know, it's like, it's insane the way that, you know, if someone bad does something bad with it, well, that's because those bad things are already happening with money. Anyway, I'm not saying like I completely disagree with what you're saying, because sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's, you know, just a couple of numbers and stuff. But there is a little bit more to it than that. I would say like if there are things that you are against, maybe it's the environmental impact, you know, things like that, where that might be like a good reason to be against it.
I mean, that's already been addressed, and they've got so much protocol already happening, and so many things already changed.
Right.
And they're only at layer 2 right now. I think that the big picture of it all is that people are able to create their own economy.
Yeah.
And before.
So then, how are people still going to be able to be poor? Is the question.
No.
How would that still be a thing?
Yeah, so like they're talking about places where they have no access to money, and they're in communism kind of style dictatorship. they'll have more power because, you know, the blockchain will be, crypto will be, you'll be able to send money from anywhere. So you think of all the funding that goes on, and it's always to like these big funds. Instead, you can send it to people.
So you're telling me, because we still have to look at big picture. All right. So you're telling me that the basis of crypto, NFT, and everything like that is going to actually be good for people, and it's going to help everyone to generate money, because you can't do that. It's not going to work. There's going to be some type of regulations. There's going to be something that's still going to gatekeep people from doing it. So, and that's my issue, is that there's still going to be a level of gatekeeping, even though the basis of NFT is slapping something up there and saying it's worth this amount of money. So what's going to stop the person living in a darn rainforest? What's going to stop them from being able to go ahead and make their own little rainforest leaf NFT versus somebody living in America deciding to go ahead and make an NFT based off of a bottle cap? What's going to be the difference? What's the gatekeeping difference of actual NFT? What's the gatekeeping difference of actual cryptocurrency? What do you need to actually create these funds? Because they're not everybody could do it.
Community.
But interestingly enough, some of the NFTs that I participate in actually cost me no money to mine, like the social ones, which is an interesting concept as well, that you go on and participate. Yeah, exactly. So you participate. I think it's the one that I'm in is like Pi. It's called Pi. That's the currency.
It's all in the work you do.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting. And then the other one is, oh, and by the way, we should talk about this, is Fruit Lab, which is Cammy, I don't know if you have to go play Pavlov or something, like you look antsy, but but
she's so cool. She used to go play Pavlov.
Yeah, but
coolest girl ever. I mean,
if you guys look up Fruit Lab, it's like,
I have to go buy NFTs.
It's like TikTok, Instagram for gamers, and you also get like, okay, so I post videos on there, and I get views for it, and then we get pips, which then convert to dollars, and you get pips from how many people watch your content, and then also how much you participate within the community. And I just made partners, so it's really cool. And they have a whole VR section there as well. But it's really interesting the way that people are going to try and do this, because you kind of have to, because it's ridiculous. Like somebody please, nobody can give a straight answer. Why does it cost so much to go to school? Why? You know what I mean? Like, there is no real answer for anything. So if NFT is ridiculous, it's because everything before it has already been ridiculous. So, I mean, I hear you.
NFTs are only ridiculous because it's in a bubble right now. So everybody in the world is creating an NFT. The concept is, these are things that you can put in your living space in the metaverse. So when I say digital first, you have to remember these kids that are like 8 and older, and even 8 and younger. 8 and younger. I mean, the first thing that they know is their iPad or their computer. Like, I didn't grow up. I mean, we had computer classes, but that was it. I didn't have my own computer until I was a lot older. So these kids have their own computers because they had to homeschool. They had parents who were working, so now they had Minecraft and all these other places taking care of them. So it's like what they know. We knew telling people, pranking people, going to people's houses. So
I mean, I understand that
when they're in Roblox, they want to have outfits, they want to have accessories, they want to buy the cat, they want to buy all of this stuff. Well, what about now? You can actually make it and then sell it to people coming in, like it's a virtual shopping mall.
So I understand that. So like what you're talking about,
that's
sort
what
of like
NFT is.
Is game skins and accessories, stuff like that. Like something that you could put in your Oculus home and show off to other people kind of makes sense to me. But also when you buy something in like Roblox, like it's not just you're buying one thing and no one else can own it. You're buying something that literally everybody else can buy. It's almost like it's how much money you have that you can afford to spend on this game to look better than everybody else.
Yeah, it's like when you go into to Gap, there's like 70 of the same shirts, but you still bought it.
Right. It's that competition between.
Buy them online still after it runs out in store. But
Yeah.
NFT, they make it seem like, oh, there's only 13 left.
It's true.
It's true though.
Tell me if you don't go ahead and just make another one, like a lot of
can't.
things.
You can't though, but yeah, exactly.
Why
Yes.
can't you?
Well, you
Because
could.
you're the
It wouldn't
artist.
be. It wouldn't be worth anything because it's not on the blockchain. It's not on any
Because-
blockchain. It's not. You can't trace it anything. It's like here's my Mona Lisa poster. I know
But there's
people
two
use that all
different
the
things.
time.
Yeah,
Right.
there's two different things that we're talking about. When we're talking about the Roblox thing, that's an aesthetic
That's a
thing.
skin. Yeah,
That's
that makes
a thing.
sense.
That's a thing that you buy essentially because it's that my neighbor has this and therefore I need to outdo them kind of thing. That's the
NFTs are
motivation
digital
behind
too,
that.
or digital
But-
fashion.
Right. But to me, there's not enough display opportunity to create that competition right now. Like, no one ever is like, come into my home and see my shelf of NFTs.
There. I mean, there
Well, you
are
know what?
some are like
It's
that.
in VR.
I'm
That's
taking you
pretty
on a
cool.
ride.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
no.
there's. Remember?
There-
Do you
like,
remember
I
this?
Knew this was gonna end up in a road trip.
What was it like over a
Fun
year ago?
road
Remember
trip.
we talked about this, Cammy. We talked about doing like moments or cards of like VR esports and then
Players,
putting
yeah.
it into a VR game. And the more that you play and participate in this game, the more you can mine. I mean, that's a lot of the same stuff. It just depends on how much money you put your value
1998
on.
did it. Anna Ribeiro did it. She put the cards of the players in. I mean, she could have.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, there needs to be in order for an NFT to be valuable over time, not just a fad thing. To me, there has to be more of a concrete way to display. Because like Roblox is a good example, or Fortnite or something like that. If that game goes away, those
Right.
things disappear.
That's not going to happen with NFTs.
Not going to happen with NFTs, but to me, there's still not enough. Like, if you had people able to visit your Oculus home and come in and see those things and view all of your many amenities and priceless objects, like that to me is more of a user case study for this to be a profitable or future-based thing. Right now, to me, this is not.
But you
They
can do
do
that.
have that. They do have that.
Somnium
So,
Space.
right.
Somnium
So
Space
my
has it.
Go
friend
into
that
Somnium
has
Space and
Disney,
import all of your stuff in.
yeah, my friend that has the Disney thing, he because he was showing it on Facebook and stuff like that, he puts it on a shelf. I think he put like Mickey or he bought some crazy NFT, and it's well, can I say physical in the metaverse? It's it's in there.
Metaphysical.
Yeah.
Meta. Everything.
Meta
You
in
see,
front of
anything you want,
everything.
but put meta in front of
There,
it. I like
there's
that.
there's
And then he just puts it on his meta shelf. So like, he just like puts it up. So I mean, there's a way to showcase it, but really it is questionable as to like what's the point of it.
Like, even if I don't have that thing that's tied to a blockchain, like even if I don't have the actual NFT, could I not make a PNG that looks exactly the same? And as long as no one verifies it, just take your screenshot and be like, guys, look at my NFTs.
sure.
Like, no one's going to examine
yeah, that's
that.
why you could buy like designers fake designer stuff.
It's like me, buying a print of the Mona Lisa, putting it up on my wall, and taking a picture of it, and being, guys, I have the Mona Lisa.
But somebody
She's
could
right
run
here.
it through.
But you could, yeah,
Somebody
could.
could run it through, and they would know it's fake. Like, it's not like with a Louis Vuitton purse. Let's say a fake Louis Vuitton. People
Yeah.
can. Kinda
You would
tell
know
if they
those
don't
are
know.
serialized too.
Yeah, but the thing is that they can't be scanned like anytime, like
Oh yeah,
in the,
right.
in the metaverse, it'll never be like this is because they have their metadata. It's not like we're just walking around in the real world and there's going to be like a little hologram. No, they didn't have that kind of technology. So the whole point of it is that any duplicate or replica, the blockchain will hear or see if will know, and it'll have that number behind it. So let's say you try to sell it, people will know it's a fake.
Yeah, they'll follow your wallet. You know what? Another scammer thing. I don't know why I'm so into this, but look up the Save the Kids crypto scam. What they did. They didn't even. I mean, they were caught so easily because everything traced back to specific wallets. And they did all the work to trace back
Yeah,
where.
they weren't very smart, though.
Yeah, I mean, right. I know, but I'm
There's
just
some
saying,
good
like,
hackers.
but I'm saying that it's really interesting to watch how people scam and see if they can get away
Yeah.
away with it, basically.
For sure.
Well,
you can totally get away with it. You have the Jon Snows, like the people who like can. They're not the Jon Snow, just the people in the world who can kind of disappear, and they know, we've all seen the movies, it's like Ocean's 11 kind of style. There's always going to be a hacker, no matter what in the world. That's going to be like our dynamite is going to be the hackers. But
Well, there was recently a scam going on with crypto for Squid Game.
oh, you're right. Yeah, I was gonna say that was
The Squid crypto
that was a
they
scam.
advertised.
That was awesome. I mean,
but it
terrible.
It ended up kind of not being, because I know people that made money off it because they opened it up after. Is that it was this thing that people were going to actually get to play the game. So you were supposed to buy into this cryptocurrency, but the problem is that it had like a no sell basically for I think 3 years, and all the big news media outlets had these like really clickbaity titles where that part about it not being sellable for 3 years was buried halfway through, so people weren't reading that. They were just like, Squid Game, like crypto, I'm gonna buy it. And then
a scam?
it kind of was a scam because
Well, it was like a pump
dropped.
and dump, wasn't it? It was like a rug pull. I didn't see
Well,
all of it.
the
I
thing
only-
is
I only
that-
heard a bit of it.
The way that they advertised it was that, at this certain date, it was going to be opened up, this game, the Squid Game, was going to be opened up to the top holders of this currency, or for a certain amount of the currency you could buy into this game, and then you'd play for more of the currency. In order to cash out, you would have to buy another digital currency called marbles, and for each marble that you owned, you could cash out so much of your Squid token. And so, I mean, they started doing more examination into the backers behind this and realized that this was a complete scam, but somehow it got opened up to be actually tradable a couple days later. So people did make money off of it. But yeah, that was definitely partially a scam, maybe still a scam. I don't think anyone's for sure. No one knows for sure.
Well, yeah, of course. Right now, the blockchain is still being built on. It's only on layer 2 right now. So there's so many different things that go into it, and there's a lot of new updates every day. I mean, I don't think these people that are working in the industry sleep. I just don't. I don't even know what it's like to be a journalist in that industry, because there's more stories than anything I've ever been around in my entire life. It's just the craziest thing. But
Oh my God! Sell ownerships of the story.
yeah, there's already been that.
Yeah.
There's also, Kathy Hackle's a dean of a school, and they're selling their classes through an NFT. You have to have an NFT. So it's just there's a lot of really creative things coming out of it, but try not to look at it like for what it is. Look at it for what it's going to be like 10 years down the line, just like VR,
People say that about 3D TVs and
Okay. Have you? Yes, the sales of it. But have you actually tried one that was really cool?
no.
No, not the ones where you could like put on the glasses or anything. Like the actual technology of it.
Oh yeah, like
shit
Leah?
coming out of coming out of your freaking phone. That's crazy. Anyway, can I just say like I love having our little chats and stuff. I hate that you guys talked about NFTs so much. It's like, ugh. Sorry. It's everywhere, and it's so funny sometimes. I don't even know if I like it or don't like it. It's like all I know is I have some of it. Huh?
You said we could talk about anything.
Literally,
So you
literally
don't get
nothing.
to-
No, you're right. You're so right. I totally did say that. So for sure.
Well, we can talk about. We can get off of that. It's technology and it's the future, so it's
Yeah, you're right.
interesting.
No. I was
But
just being
I agree.
a
It's
bitch.
everywhere. I'm living it right now. I feel like I'm living and breathing.
I just think it's so interesting who's on what side here between Navah and Cammy. It's just really, really. I don't
we're
know.
always on the same side.
Yeah,
and,
it's interesting.
It's wonderful to hear different perspectives, because it just makes me a better person too. 'Cause then I
Yeah.
can talk
Well,
to
we'll
them.
see what happens next. It looks like there's people in the chat talking a lot about it. I mean,
really?
It's like.
Hi, do you like my new microphone?
What? Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Well, everyone sell this moment right here. This is an NFT that's worth a lot of money. Yeah, exactly.
You
Keep
can buy
doing
an NFT
that.
for this
Make it a
space
NFT.
dildo microphone.
There you go. She said it was a space dildo. Cammy said it was a space dildo.
It does
Navah,
kind of
it's a
look-
space dildo.
I don't
You
know, I don't
you
wanna,
use
like,
it and it
burn my-
amplifies you.
everything I
inspired me
wanted
on
it to be.
The style.
It actually really is cool.
Antonio. She works at Unity, and she was showing me this. Her microphone was way better, but I didn't want to copy the same one.
Navah, I love you so much.
I mean,
What did I say? I told you she was gonna spin it. She's a pro. She's Speaking of spinning it.
I don't know. Like, let's talk about her. Her microphone was way better, but I didn't want to be like that copycat, so I didn't buy the same exact one. But I told her, I did tell her, I was like, I have to have. If I like Vivian's been telling me for the last 2 years to buy a microphone, and I bought one and I used it once, and I was like, it's just sitting there. What a waste of $100. I'm returning it. And then finally, I was like, you know what though? This also is a nice display. So I can leave it out and it's gonna look pretty.
Okay.
Utility.
No, I understand. I like. Okay, but seriously, if you told me that was a space dildo, I'd be like, yeah, awesome. I want one.
I'm
not gonna
knit
use
you
it.
a
I'm
nice
gonna display this dildo. It's gonna go with all of my other dildos and
Now,
my
but
space stuff.
I'm gonna knit you a nice little cozy for your microphone out of yarn.
Oh, you know how to knit?
I do.
Can you send me one? I'm gonna sell that shit.
Well,
on
you know what I
eBay.
want? Like this color. This color. I want like a beanie.
Any color.
This color.
Okay,
Or
I
the
actually
blanket
can.
too. I'll send you the yarn.
Okay, I'm not made of yarn here.
Can you make it light pink?
Can we do it?
Light, like
yarn
nude
class?
pink.
Do an NFT. Do an NFT. Make them buy it. so
Oh
that
my
they-
god! Say yeah, I sent it to you. Check your email.
I thought you'd love this, Navah. It's
Yeah.
an original.
What?
It's on the blockchain.
Hey, okay, whatever.
What was that?
You guys do understand that though, right? Like, what if you were to buy a bunch of domains, right? Isn't that
You can still do that. That's an
exactly?
NFT.
It's exactly the naked shoulder.
Okay, our game next week is gonna be is this an NFT?
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yes, let's do that. And
I'm gonna find all the filthy
we
NFTs that are out
we
there,
should-
Navah.
There are some of our friends out there in the VR world who's made a shit ton of money, and I'm so happy for our friend who he was like living in his car poor, he's an artist.
Aw.
Yeah, and now he like bought a car just strictly from what he made from his NFT. So anyway, yeah, that's fun.
Who is it? Who was it?
Michael, what's his I don't remember his last name, but only because he does like the beatbox art. I don't know people's real names because I know them by their VR chat or alt space yada yada name. I'll show you on Facebook. Well, okay. Well, next week we'll make it more of a game. This week was okay. We don't want to. Yeah, we're tired from AWE. Walking,
She's been streaming
hugging
a lot.
people. Yeah, she works. Cammy is Comic Sunny, and I don't know.
She's on.
Yes.
You know what I wish? I wish that she would have a daily podcast that I could just listen to start my day. Because I think that I would have a better start to my day if
Your morning demotivational podcast.
Yes, you should. Sometimes we
With
do
Vivian.
that. You go into
Oh.
you did that to me a few weeks ago. You laid it out on me. I was like, I just woke up. But yeah, no, that's what the channel is for, in the Discord, to go in there and.
Oh, speaking of, I know you're trying to close it out, but I just have to say, did you see that commercial with the forest?
I own that commercial. Well, part of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'm just kidding.
You
I'm
what?
sorry. I'm sorry. Go on.
You
Go
what?
on.
You were part of that commercial?
She's making an NFT joke.
Oh,
Oh.
What'd you think of that one?
I didn't see it.
I devalue that joke.
What are commercials? Where are you seeing these commercials?
You know what? Probably sports games. But
Oh.
did you see it? They were all looking at a picture frame, and there was this romper room forest.
I've seen those videos.
70s, what are you looking at?
Navah, if you're going to tell us about a thing you saw, you have to bring it to the podcast and show us.
She
You're
said
not allowed to
podcast.
just-
Everyone take a drink. Okay.
Hold on.
Well, no, see, no matter what, even if we don't have a topic, we have to come. We're coming. We do this. we have to continue to do it, and that's why Cammie continued the show last week. But we do have other topics coming up, and there's other people that we're gonna bring into the fold, and
Great.
a lot of other awesome people in VR that are Jasmine. I saw her in California. She's really cool. VR with Jasmine. So yeah, we're gonna bring her in too, and she knows a lot about the hardware stuff. She's a pro.
We should bring in
expert.
Dawn.
Who's she?
My girl Dawn.
Oh yeah, Dawn. Yeah.
Her first like initial reactions of VR. Oh, Janey. Go, Janey, go.
I have a question. All right, so I'm putting this inside a chat. I have no idea. Is this the forest? It's like a bunch of black people in a forest. This looks so nasty. What is going on in this?
Get Out the game?
Wait, what?
What?
I can't see it.
I don't know, but it's just a bunch of people in the forest. What is this commercial? I'm very intrigued by this fake commercial that you're telling us about. I don't know where you're seeing this commercial at. It's like a forest commercial.
Oh, hold on. Can you play this if I send it to you? Just play it. I need you to play it. This has got to play. Okay. Just send. Can
Is it
someone
a
play it?
YouTube video? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
All right, hold up. Oh
see how I
God!
did that?
Oh no! I know this fucking commercial. Okay.
Oh, is it good? Oh, I'm looking at it right
Oops.
now.
How are the marketing people getting paid? That's all I have to ask.
What? Wait, hold on. I need the sound because this looks scary.
No,
Why-
no, there's no
why is there
sound.
animal?
There's just music. It's
Okay, I can't get over the fact that he's petting it like it rubs lotion on its skin.
This
Like,
is
that's what it
so
looks like.
acidy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember this. You sent it to me. You're like, WTF?
What? Why is he twerking? The twerking flamingo? What? Okay,
wrong.
those raccoon owls or whatever the heck they are scary.
There was a lot of drugs involved in the making of this commercial.
Whoa! Wait, what is Rafiki? Is he a baboon? Whatever is Rafiki is
Oh
moving.
god, that tiger.
Oh my god. What is going on? Why is it licking
No.
the ox just licked the tiger?
That looks like Mark Zuckerberg's impression of what animals look like because he's never seen one.
Why is this a commercial? Where
so
am
much
I?
hating.
Did you turn it off?
I
that's
did. I did.
Oh my god.
I'm just looking at all the stuff that came up, the breaking down the metaverse. God, there's so much to cover. All right,
And
we'll
then
be
it says
back.
Facebook Meta at the end. Oh Jesus.
You know what? I don't actually. Next week is gonna be Thanksgiving.
Not here. Do you want me to do the show again? on my own?
Yes, please, with
Okay.
your other Canadians.
I'll probably be present. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so I'll probably be present.
Perfect.
Cool. You
I
guys.
probably want to get away, so maybe I'll join in too. No, but seriously, you guys, just before we get off,
With the space dildo.
I've completely lost all faith. It's so sad.
Oh, yeah.
They've got to like level up. No wonder everybody's quitting.
Facebook.
Yeah, Meta.
Oh my God,
Like-
it's paused on like the best.
I just don't. No, the oxen licked.
That's why people are quitting Facebook.
That-
Look at that.
It was an accident, but it's pretty
But the
funny.
oxen licked the tiger right here. I'm still. It's like, and the tiger's like, yeah, like. Why is the oxen lick-
I don't
This
know.
is gonna be fun, guys.
Janie,
This is gonna be
furries
really
have a
fun.
place on the internet. Okay?
Don't
You
talk
can't.
about furries. Those people scare the crap out of me too. I don't care. I said what I said. If you are a furry, I don't care. I don't know how you live during the summertime. That's none of my business. But I'm scared of you. Yes, I am. Because this is like furries in real life. Oh.
Yeah, it
Oxen.
seems
gonna
like
be
we
fun.
should address the chat. We do see it. Looks like you guys are having your own conversation as well.
Who
So
is?
I don't know. The chat. They're saying we should address these things in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yes, David, to ask the meta one of the museum. Yes, looks like students on acid. Exactly. That's
It's the
exactly what
most,
they're saying.
I think it should win for the most off commercial you could ever have of the product.
Mm.
I mean, I'm so tired right now, but all I have to say is when I saw it, I was just like, yeah, of course. They're ready.
It made me
for the
so
metaverse.
uncomfortable.
Do you want to do like 1 week do an in-depth look at Facebook marketing?
Oh right,
Like,
yes. This
it's
is all
so
Pick
bad.
apart all
Yes,
of their
we ignore
videos.
the chat. Sorry.
Well,
Why are we ignoring it?
It seemed like they were just passing through information. I thought you
Yeah,
guys were
I
having a
thought they
valuable
were-
conversation on your own.
Yeah, we wanted you
We're
guys
having
to
our
have
own
your,
party.
your space. I think she has to go play Pavlov. Okay, but
Okay, bye everyone.
But-
and thanks for coming to our chat.
yes, thank you everyone for coming out, and we will be back
Jane.
next week Thursday with Cammie, who is Canadian and will not be celebrating with Thanksgiving.
Comic Sans coming at
Comic
you next
Sans,
week.
exactly.
And Janie's not coming. JD's coming too.
More than likely, yeah.
I will watch
my
it
microphone might come.
unless.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so God. Oh man.
Plan that one or what?
Somebody click
Oh.
me. Good God.
Just end it. End it.
Okay. I set myself up every time I'm with
You
you guys.
do.
It's just so
Give
bad.
her the
It's
clap.
so bad.
Not the clap.
Yeah.
Oh, Navah
Go
loves getting
so
the
many
clap.
different ways now.
I'm
Oh
so tired.
my
There's
God.
no reason why I should have.
Next week,
Anyway.
I'm crocheting dildos.
All right. Thank you everyone for coming out. We will.
Dick pics that we have received in NFTs.
All right, everybody.